Your life as every Navy SEAL rank. Level 1. The Recruit. You are 22 years old. You have been preparing for this for 2 years. Running, swimming, lifting, cold water exposure. Everything you could find in books and online about what is coming. None of it prepared you for the first day. You arrive at Naval Special Warfare Command in Coronado, California. The instructors are waiting. They are not impressed by anything you have done before today. Your college degree means nothing. Your athletic record means nothing. Your reasons for being here mean nothing. The only thing that matters is what you do in the next 6 months. Basic underwater demolition SEAL training, the hardest military training program in the world. The dropout rate is over 80%. You already know this. You tell yourself you will be in the 20%. Every single person standing next to you is telling themselves the exact same thing. First evolution. Cold ocean water, surf exposure. You lie in the Pacific Ocean while waves crash over you and the cold reaches places you did not know cold could reach. An instructor walks the line. He stops in front of you. He says nothing. He just watches. You do not move. If you have ever done something that pushed you to your absolute limit, drop a comment. I want to know what pushed you and what made you get back up. Level 2. Hell Week. Day 1. Sunday night, 10 p.m. The base erupts. Loud sounds, sirens, instructors everywhere. Chaos engineered to disorient, exhaust, and break every candidate who has not yet decided with absolute certainty why they are here. Hell Week has begun. 132 hours of continuous training, 6 days, 5 nights. You will sleep approximately 4 hours total across the entire week. Your body will ask you to stop every hour of every day. The bell is always there. 3 rings and it is over. Warm food, dry clothes, and a ride back to a life where nothing ever hurts this much again. By day 2, you are seeing things. The sleep deprivation creates images at the edges of your vision. You are not sure what is real. You keep moving anyway. By day 3, your feet are destroyed. Your hands are cracked and raw from cold water and sand. Your shoulders have carried logs for so many hours that lifting your arms above your head takes conscious effort. Boat crews shrink. Men who seemed unbreakable walk to the bell and ring it quietly without making eye contact with anyone. You watch them go. You do not ring it. By day 4, something shifts. You stop thinking about leaving, not because it stops hurting. It never stops hurting. You stop thinking about it because you have made a decision somewhere below the level of thought. You are not leaving. Day 5, night 5. Instructors tell your class it is almost over. They have been saying this since day 3. You do not believe them anymore. You paddle anyway. Sunday morning, the sun comes up over the Pacific and an instructor walks to the front of your class and says 2 words: secured. Secured. Hell Week is over. You have not slept in 132 hours. You feel nothing except the specific, quiet knowledge that you just did something almost no one on Earth will ever do. If you think you could survive Hell Week, subscribe and let us find out together. The next level is where it's real. Level 3. The New Guy. You graduate the program. You complete SEAL qualification training. You receive your Trident, the gold warfare device that every Navy SEAL wears. The anchor, the eagle, the pistol, the Trident. You pin it on. Then you report to your first SEAL team, and every single thing you just accomplished stops mattering. You are the new guy. In SEAL culture, the new guy earns nothing by default. No respect, no deference, no benefit of the doubt. You carry the gear, you set up the equipment, you take the positions nobody else wants. You are quiet when the senior operators speak, and you pay attention to every single thing they do, because they're the ones who are going to keep you safe when it matters. Your first deployment is somewhere you cannot name to someone reading this. You complete your assignments. You make mistakes. Some of those mistakes have consequences that stay with you. You return. You don't talk about it much. Level 4. The operator. Multiple deployments. Locations that have no public names attached to what happens there. You operate at night. Movement before dawn. Precision. Silence. Necessary force when required, and not a single unnecessary second of it beyond that. Your team is 10 men who know each other the way most people never know anyone. Not because you chose each other, because you have been through things together that create a connection that has no civilian equivalent. You stop trying to explain your work to people at home. Not because it's restricted information, because there's no frame of reference that makes it make sense to someone who has never been there. Your partner, or family, learns to read the version of you that comes home. Not the same version that left, a version that has been somewhere and seen something, and is still processing what that costs. You deploy again. You always deploy again. This is the work. What do you think is harder, the training or the deployments? Comment below. People who have served always have a strong opinion on this one. Level 6. The cost. Not every cost is the kind that shows up on a scan. Some of them are. A device on a road in a country most Americans cannot find on a map. An engagement that goes longer than expected. A teammate who doesn't make it back. Some of them are quieter. The sleep that doesn't come. The awareness that doesn't turn off when you land back on American soil. The way a sudden loud sound in a parking lot sends your nervous system somewhere your brain knows is not real, but your body doesn't care. Operational stress is not a weakness. It's a physiological response to sustained extreme pressure. It happens to the strongest, most prepared, most disciplined service members the United States military produces. You don't admit it easily. That's also part of the culture. The separation rate in the SEAL teams is over 90%. Read that number again. Over 90%. Your relationship does not survive, either. You sit in an empty apartment on a Tuesday night and you can't explain to yourself how you survived Hell Week and multiple deployments and came home and lost the thing you were working to protect the entire time. You find support eventually. It takes longer than it should. That's the honest answer. Level 7. The senior operator. 10 years in, you are no longer the new guy. You are the one the new guys watch. The responsibility shift is something nobody prepares you for. In the early years, your work was to be capable, to execute, to not put yourself or your teammates in danger through mistakes or ego. Now, your work is to keep other men safe. That's a different weight entirely. You plan operations. You make decisions under pressure that have no good options, only less difficult ones. You brief assignments. You send men into situations you have assessed as manageable, and you carry that assessment in your chest the entire time they're out there. You lose a teammate. Not your first, but this one is different because he was your responsibility. Not because you made the wrong decision, because sometimes the wrong thing happens when everything was done right and the outcome doesn't care about your planning. You write the letter to his family. You attend the service. You go back to work the following week. This is what professionalism looks like at this level. It does not look the way it does in films. Level 8. The Chief. Chief Petty Officer. The most respected enlisted rank in the United States Navy. In the SEAL teams specifically, the chief is everything. The backbone of every platoon, the experience that keeps the teams functioning across decades of personnel changes and leadership rotations. Officers come and go. Chiefs stay. You have been in the teams for 15 years. You have more knowledge about special operations than most people will ever acquire. Junior operators come to you not because they are required to, because you have answers that are only available through experience that cannot be replicated in a training environment. You carry the culture, not as a concept, as a lived practice, the way you handle pressure, the way you treat the new guys, the standard you hold yourself to on the days when nobody is watching and there's nothing to prove to anyone. Those days build the foundation of an organization. You have been on the days nobody's watching for 15 years. That's what a chief is. Level 9. The end. 20 years. Retirement. You walk off a base for the last time in uniform, and the world keeps moving like it always did. The transition is harder than Hell Week in a way you were not prepared for. Hell Week had a finish line. You could see it. You could move towards it. The difficulty had structure. This is different. You were part of something for 20 years that gave your life a clarity of purpose most people never experience. Every day had meaning. Every decision had weight. Every connection was forged in conditions that created bonds most people will never understand. Now you are in a grocery store on a Tuesday afternoon trying to decide between two brands of pasta, and the civilian world has absolutely no idea what to do with you or what you carry. You figure it out. Most SEALs do. Not all of them. The ones who do figure it out usually find the same answer: service in a different form, teaching, leading, building something, giving the skills and the mindset and the standard back to the world in a way that does not require a service weapon. You think about the 22-year-old who arrived at Coronado with 2 years of preparation and approximately no understanding of what was actually coming. You would tell him one thing if you could: it is worth it. Not because it does not cost everything, because the things worth doing always cost everything. Subscribe if you want to see what every other rank looks like from the inside, and comment below, what do you think would push you the hardest in SEAL training? I read every single one.